Hello everybody, this is one more Banter Blitz for chess 24. So let's just start it without a really long introduction. So I'll be accepting random challenges, I guess, from premium members today. As I still fail to understand how to sort of scroll the challenges here. That's why everybody will be given a chance. You'll just need to be lucky enough, sort of. Okay, this is not exactly a random challenge, but this guy, I think, always deserves a game. Mr. Dangerous Right. Play him every single time, and some of the games were really tough. Yeah, how should we play this? I don't know. Let's play a6 maybe. If he goes d5, we switch to some Benoni. He plays knight f3. There's probably no better move than d5. Bishop e2, then you normally take on c4 and go b5. Bishop b7 and knight d7, you develop some normal way and pretend you're happy. Although here black is probably slightly better already. Yeah, a3, you just castle. Rook fd8, rook ac8, and then you wait for a blunder somehow. But yeah, also sometimes with having so many active pieces, like you don't need to wait for too long. Normally things happen after black finishes setting up. Yeah, bishop d2, there's not much going on yet. We can take on d4, he'll probably play ed. Then black is slightly better. We can also do something else. Yeah, I like cd. Let's keep it simple. It's only game one. Now we go knight f8, knight g6 to kind of make sure we are not getting mated the king side. Yeah, knight f4 isn't there. Maybe it makes sense to take on g6 and go knight e5, but like anyway, it looks reasonably good for black. Can we play knight f4? We probably can. Remove queen takes. Yeah, I would say bishop takes f4 is quite forced unless I'm blundering something. Yeah, but knight takes e2 is also a check. Yeah, I mean it's not only queen, but it's also a check. There is no even knight d5 or something. So he basically has to take on f4, queen takes f4, and then look for something like, I don't know, knight e5, knight takes f7 maybe. It feels like white has a chance there. It does not look like very bad to me, but yeah, maybe it is very bad. Let's remove queen takes f4, by the way. Shouldn't be a mistake. Can also try to calculate. So bishop f4, queen f4, knight e5. Yeah, he plays it. So knight e5. What can we do? Like queen takes d4, knight takes f7, queen takes d3, queen takes e6. And then some smart move. Like bishop d5 maybe. But yeah, I mean, it does not look clear at all. He plays rook c2 d1. Now we can just take on f3. Sort of making sure we double his pawns. And now we have bishop takes a3 as well. And yeah, the rest of the game is going to be quite unpleasant for white, I believe. First of all, it's quite bad, but secondly, like literally zero good news for white as well. Like the pawn structure is bad, the pawns are dropping. Yeah, he plays d5 to solve one of the issues at least. Yeah, I guess I can take and just play something like king f8. Bishop takes f7 was a threat, so we had to be like a little bit precise there. Now takes. And yeah, should we just push the pawns? Can also play king e7 for the moment. Yeah, like king e7. Soviet cool move. Yeah, he resigns. Thanks for the game. Okay. Yeah. Okay, now we switch to accepting random challenges, and it's Mr. Blunder Panda. Okay, let's play one knight f3. And yeah, let's try, I don't know, d3, knight d2, e4 maybe? So we play some sort of Philidor with colors reversed, which is not exactly crushing. Can I play e4? Trying to sort of make it a mess a little. Yeah, let's try. So e4, d takes, knight takes e4, and then we think, nah, he just prefers not to take it, but then it's quite bad for black, I believe. Can just play e5, e6 maybe. Don't know if I need to, but there is probably nothing wrong with it for sure. Like knight d5, e6, he will probably play some random move like knight c6 or queen d6 even. We take f7, we make sure this e pawn is weak and try to play it somehow. He plays knight e4, okay, I guess e6 is still the move. Obviously, like f takes, you're very happy to see normally as white, as it stops black's development. For quite some time. So yeah, there is bishop d3, there is also knight e5. Yeah, let's go knight e5 maybe. Actually blundered knight takes f2 by the way, but still it should work somehow. Maybe queen f3, knight takes h1, bishop d3 or something. Yeah, he takes on g2. I guess we just take back. I could also take on g6 first, but I don't think there is a big difference, to be honest. Knight d7. Wow, so he's sort of asking for some checkmate. But it's not there yet, so I guess we just take. So what's the point? Like queen g4, knight e5, bishop d3, he has knight e5 as well. I mean, not that it's a problem, but yeah, it looks like we can win by force, but yeah, for the moment I don't see it, I must say. I can also play something that stops knight e5, like queen e2 or bishop c3. Queen e2 looks nice, by the way. We want to castle long. Although it's a bit strange. There's also bishop c4, knight e5, bishop takes e6, queen d6, still in game, yeah? Yeah, I also don't know why I'm so desperate to sort of go for the kill here. I have many good moves, but I don't know, feels like it's very close to... Okay, let's try queen e2. Yeah, I don't know. This is typical me, basically. You spend a lot of time calculating reasonable moves, and then you like end up playing some random fancy move without checking it at all. Like, okay, queen e2, it makes some sense, let's do it, yeah. It does make sense in a way that, yeah, we stop knight e5. Some rook h5, I don't think we are too worried. Some king f7 concepts should not be too good as well. Yeah, can we take on e6? Maybe not yet. Okay, let's castle first. Yeah, it would be nice to get some kind of this weird queen takes e6 move to work, but yeah, seems unlikely to happen. Yeah, he plays knight f6, which sort of prevents this idea forever. Okay, let's try bishop c3. Then maybe g4, g5. I can also put the bishop to e5 just to make sure this e-pawns will never move. Yeah, let's play bishop e5. I mean, it's a bit of you know, of a sadistic way, but I like it a lot. Like this bishop on f8 is not going to join the game, it seems. Unless he plays g5, then g6, and then bishop g7 or h6, but it seems to be a little bit too slow. He plays it though. Now it's like one move closer. Yeah, I must say I like the way I played was not exactly impressive. We should probably play it simple, like move the queen somewhere. Let's say here, just go bishop c4, rook h2 e1. Probably don't need to be too smart to win such a position. Some simple chess has to work well here. Okay, g6 is almost forced, yeah, I mean, otherwise g5 is also hanging. Not that, like, queen takes g5 is exactly necessary, but we can do it. He plays c5 to activate the queen. To play queen c6, I don't think we need to stop that. Like, if the guy plays one active move in the game, we can probably survive that. Yeah, he plays a6 to play b5. Wow, this is kind of ambitious. Yeah, we have many good moves. Can just take on g5. Can also take on f6. Yeah, I don't know. Alright, let's take on g5. I mean, I only need to sort of follow this g6, bishop h6 kind of thing closely. All the rest we can pretty much ignore. Okay, just queen g3. This is nice. Now we'll probably avoid blundering a queen. Yeah, this g6, bishop h6 was really interesting, but yeah, not anymore. Now we just bring the bishop to g6 or do something else, but the position is quite bad. Yeah, so bishop g6. I don't know, can just take the rook maybe. Yeah, now it is completely lost, and he lost on time as well. Thanks for the game. Let's continue this new concept of accepting random challenges. I mean, I like it in a way. I don't need to think at all then whom to play and whom not to play as well. So Mr. Aslan 777 from the United States of America. Could you please play a move? I mean, if you don't want to, it's also fine. I'll just stop the game. And we'll never meet again. Okay, let's try another one. Maybe this guy will play a move. Mr. Halal Soul. Should probably be careful joking about this guy. Just in case. Okay, 1a4. Yeah, let's try c5. No disrespect to the people who have such nicknames. c3. Okay, let's try e5. I think e5 is a decent move here. Or at least it was considered to be decent back in the days. Yeah, and here I guess the point was to play knight f6, but is it actually? Yeah, I very much think so. Yeah, queen a2 is not a problem for sure. Okay, now we survived the opening and we're good. Yeah, takes. This is not exactly the version of this gambit that white is aiming to get normally. I guess I can remove castling. He does not really have a move that will stop that. Okay. Now I can probably remove d5, but it also becomes a gamble already. Yeah, some knight c3 would stop that a little. So let's just be patient and wait for the move. Yeah, bishop g5. Bishop g5 does stop that as well. Should probably just play h6. Bishop h4. So now we can play g5 followed by d5. Or even by h5. Okay, anyway, let's go g5 first. Let's make sure we weaken our king side, then we'll think. Okay. So what happens after h5? Like h5, h4, knight g4. It feels extremely reasonable to play d5 at some point. But maybe there is no need for now. On the other hand, like if you don't play d5 and then you realize it was important, you feel like a complete idiot. Okay, let's play d5. Don't know what was wrong with h5 exactly, but some, I don't know, knight c3, h4, and some move like king h1, h takes, f takes, maybe. Whatever. Don't even need to know, to be honest. So now we probably play bishop g4, which is a natural developing move. Attacking the queen, preparing some rook c8 as well. And then we will have to calculate this h5 thing at some point. Okay, now we probably go rook c8. Feels extremely natural to create the tension over the c file. Queen b3, so now we probably go h5. The question is if we calculate it first or not. I suggest we don't. Okay, let's try h5. h3, yeah, we have some b5 ideas at some point, but I can just play h4 as well. Yeah, it should be enough maybe. Or maybe not. Yeah, maybe I will end up calculating this a little. And also play knight e4, h takes, like rook takes c4, queen takes, knight takes g3. Probably makes zero sense, but looks funny. Funny enough to play it, and black is definitely not worse there, so why not? Also, knight e4 is kind of a confusing move that normally wins you some time. I can even try like h takes, and then some knight c3 runs into knight d2, and he's in a bit of zugzwang. Oh, he takes on e5. I guess we just take back unless we have something even better, but probably don't. Yeah, and now some checkmating ideas are in there. You can just play h takes first, but it's very tempting to do something more smart. Like, I don't know, queen f6 is attacking everything pretty much. Yeah, let's go queen f6. So queen f4 is the idea, bishop takes b2 is the idea, some bishop d4 is also very annoying. Looks quite bad for white, is my expert opinion. Maybe you just go d6, like bishop takes b2, d7, rook c2, d8, and then you resign. Don't know. I would probably play d6 as white, but maybe there is something better. Something I don't see. But yeah, most probably there is nothing. Knight h3, yeah, I expected this to run into knight d2. I can also play bishop takes b2 first, maybe, to grab even more material. So bishop takes b2, rook a2, e1, knight d2 seems to work. Okay. Do we have increment, by the way, in this game? I think it's actually funny. This chess 24.5 could create like a series of videos of me playing playing some blitz games like an idiot, spending like 20 seconds for each move, and then when I'm down to like 10 seconds, I would normally ask if there is an increment or not. And yeah, the fact that the guy plays very quickly would not strike me as a sign of a no increment game. Okay, can I just take? Yes, I can. So he simply wants to play a piece down. Yeah, I mean, I know many people who do that. Okay, he resigns. He does not want to actually. Sure. Another random one. Mr. Grumpy 2708. I mean, I hope this is not the rating of the guy. But he's also from Germany, yeah? So there is no guy from Germany with such a rating. So we can play something fancy. Okay, let's start with c6. Knight c3. Okay, something that is not d5. Like d6 maybe. e4, maybe e5. Yeah, this is some weird mix of King's Indian and I don't know, like Philidor or whatever it is. I think it's considered to be better for white, but it's also considered to be quite tricky. And basically in a must win, yeah, I heard some smart people saying that for a must win, it's kind of decent from the black side. I don't know why we are in a must win exactly, but why not? Should always win, but never must. Okay. Trying to make jokes in, the language you can barely speak is not exactly what I'm supposed to be doing here, maybe. h3, okay, I guess now we take. I wanted to take anyway, now maybe queen a5. There is a tricky plan of bringing this bishop to like b6. In general, there are many plans that look very smart if you are given like 10 moves. But the sad reality is that normally you're not. Yeah, queen a5 was really stupid. If you want to play this way, you probably go queen b8 instead. And then at least you are not inviting this a3 b4. That is obviously good for white. Okay, now I have to switch for this like a5 and pretend this was all a plan. That I sort of weakened his queen side and now trying to use it somehow. Yeah, I'm still sucker for this plan with bishop d8, bishop b6. So I'll try to make it work somehow. Like in a normal game, you probably take on d4 at some point and you kind of accept inevitable, slightly worse, but then you have some dark squares and so on. Yeah, bishop g5 is a bit strange. Don't know what's the point. Yeah, maybe we just go bishop d8 and we sort of don't need to understand what's the point. Like maybe bishop g4 is the point. Don't know. Cannot really get it too deep. So bishop g4, we probably go e takes d4. And it looks great for black. Also bishop g4, knight takes g4 is not exactly losing as well. And then bishop takes d8, knight takes f2. Or queen takes g4, bishop g5, and then ed. He plays it still Yeah, okay, knight takes g4 is just good, but I just want to play this fancy thing. Takes, now queen takes d4 runs into bishop b6. And yeah, it looks strange to play like this. And also bishop takes f6. I want to play bishop takes d7, d takes c3, sacrificing an exchange. Looks quite reasonable to me as well. Yeah, okay, takes. Yeah, I don't know. I removed rook takes c8. Shouldn't be a big mistake. Yeah, queen takes c8 is unlikely to be a good move. I mean, queen takes d6 is there. So rook takes. Yeah, now we probably want to play c takes b5 to support the c pawn by the rook from c8. That's why he probably should have started with bc. Yeah, but now we go rook takes, and that's why white should have started with b takes c6 when the bishop was on d7. Unless I'm completely wrong and he's doing all right, but I don't think so, to be honest. Okay, rook e1. Does not make a lot of sense. I can probably play some random useful move like h6. Never hurts. Yeah, he plays f4. Now it's probably time to take. Okay, e5, we're not too worried, I would say. Queen takes d6, we're not too worried either. Yeah, he takes a5. But now we can probably win it in a stupid way, like c2, and try to promote somehow. Can also play queen c6, but it's not exactly a stupid way anymore. So what happens there? Let's say c2, we are threatening bishop b2, so queen b5 is probably the move. Then we go, I don't know, like queen c5 runs into takes and rook e2. Bishop c3 runs into rook e2 as well. Yeah, let's just do it. I mean, I feel like there will be something here. He just plays e5. Yeah, then I thought we take and go bishop g5. Attacking c1 from this side as well. Yeah, I guess takes. There is not much going on. g5 is protected by this pawn on h6. I mean, I told you it will be useful. Play h6. Okay, now I guess we take the rook. We can also troll him a little and start with bishop f4. Nothing happens really. Okay, I mean, you still want nothing, can just go e5. Okay, I don't know, brings the queen. Now it's probably time to take and play rook f4. And then queen c3 wins, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, congratulations, you won. Thank you very much. Okay, thanks for the game. And we go for another random challenge. Mr. Mod from Turkey, welcome to the show. So what do we play here? e4 is sort of a new move. Okay, let's try knight c6. Looks reasonable. Can we just play d5? Probably. Let's try to activate the queen. And let's go queen h5. I think knight b5 is a problem there, but nobody plays it. I think I played it even in the like rapid games against 2700 players. Still, knight b5 is too difficult for the people. Yeah, and the point here is, I guess, like, I mean, first of all, like, objectively, it's very bad for black. Let's start with obvious things. But if you want to gamble, you can try it, and then you go, like, long castle here, maybe. Or maybe e6, I don't remember. Maybe e6. I think I decided to show this line to my best friend once, and I told him you can play in some Blitz games, but for Rapid it is already too much. As a guy ended up crushing 2600 guys in Blitz, being 2300 himself. And he also said he would always go for this queen h5 and nobody would play knight b5. But also, I guess I'm sharing the screen. So also, like after knight b5, c7 is under attack, and the best move is king d8. The funny part is that even after king d8, like it's not that you. I mean, of course it's bad, but it's not that you're like exactly forced to resign. Yeah. Meanwhile, we ran into a very, very solid opponent who didn't want to take a free piece. So now we'll probably trade queens, win the c2 pawn, and eventually the game, unless things go wrong. Don't know. We will see. Yeah, so rook a2 is sort of a threat, so he wants to protect the c2 pawn, so I guess it's time to take it and go back. Yeah. So now we want to play knight f4, knight d3. And I think we're given a chance to do it. So he probably wants knight e5 there. We can try to come up with some brilliant tactics, or we can just start by playing bishop d6, which is a lazy way, but I will do it. Preventing all sorts of knight e5, and then just going for this f5, knight f4 play. Yeah, knight f4. So the d3 pawn is under attack. Yeah, now we probably go b5 to restrict the knights. Like this knight c4 idea was a bit annoying. Now these two pawns f5 and b5 restrict his knights, and he runs into some tactics, I guess. Now we take on e2 and go knight c3, and it is a very unpleasant fork, which wins us a game. Yeah, bishop g5, I guess we just take the rook. Okay, let's pre-move knight c3 to make sure we are in time to get back. Yeah, he resigns. All right. Thanks for the game. Let's go for another random challenge. The guy with the nickname Killer of GMs. Wow, so scary. Okay, let's try knight f3, e3 this time. And b3 maybe. Then we'll go bishop b2, knight c3, and try some weird inside attack. Yeah, unfortunately, it is not what we are supposed to do in this c5, knight c6 system, but okay. We'll still try to come up with something stupid. Remove to takes d4 for the moment. Should not be too bad. It's funny, I think like in a game against Magnus, like with black, I had the same position with white to move and was still very proud of myself. So it is just brilliant. It was probably correct. There is not much to be proud of for white. I think our game went like d4. I don't know if I can show it here. No. So it was like d4, d5, c4, c6, knight c3, knight f6, e3, e6, b3, c5. So I played c7, c6 first, and then I played c6, c5 very next move. Like logic has never been my best skill. Yeah, I still ended up being slightly better after the opening, I guess. And the game finished in a draw. f5, okay, I guess now we take. Now ed runs into knight takes d5. After queen takes d5, we have bishop c4. So he had to play knight takes c3, bishop takes c3, ed, but then after d takes c5, it's a brilliant position for white with an isolated pawn for black. Okay, he plays this. We can play knight f4, can also take on e7. Okay, let's play knight f4. And maybe bishop f7, knight e5, or d5. d5 looks logical. Also looks sharp. Knight e5 looks sort of less logical, but completely crushing. Knight takes e5, d takes e5, e6 is a threat, f3 is a threat. We are also pawn up. Doesn't look too bad. Yeah, okay, let's try this knight e5 then. I mean, I quite like d5, and like in a classical game, I would probably calculate it and play it. But for this blitz game, knight e5 should be good enough. Yeah, so now g5 is probably reasonable. Now we need to think a little. So e6, bishop e8 is the plan. We can just take on e4 and go knight d5 there. Looks very nice. Okay. Also, g takes, e takes is completely winning, so bishop e8 is almost forced. Yeah, now we take. G takes f4, bishop takes b7 is probably completely lost. Yes, so he has to play this, and we go knight d5. Now we will take on e7. And even if we will not win immediately, this diagonal will be a big issue for black, I guess. Yeah, so maybe something like queen c2 simply, attacking e4 and creating a threat of queen c3. Okay, so what's the plan after queen c3? We are threatening checkmate. With queen h8, queen takes e6 runs into queen g7. So he basically has to give up a rook by playing rook f6 to prevent checkmate. But we will take that rook. Yeah, this is also possible, but it's still rook down. Yeah? Thanks for the game. Okay, so let's try to play some superstar, maybe. It started to scroll in a normal way, by the way, so maybe, like, if I will find a challenge from some... Wow, some 2900 guy. So scary. He's also from Argentina, so it's... I don't know who is this guy, but he's definitely a grandmaster, and he's definitely a decent blitz player. Okay, let's accept this challenge. Play 1a5. Normally not too brave against qualified players. Okay, let's say bishop c5. Bishop c5 already takes some bravery, to be honest. a4, okay, can you play a5 here? I guess you can. And then pretty much whatever happens, you go bishop e6, I thought. Or maybe you go bishop b6 first, and then you go bishop e6. I thought in general, when the pawn structure at the queen side is set this way, this bishop takes e6, takes f takes positions are quite safe for black, but I could be wrong. It has never been my sort of pet opening. Yeah, it actually starts to look a bit strange from white, but okay. Whatever. He probably knows what he's doing. Yeah, knight c4. So should we... Yeah, we probably go to e7. Bishop e3, so we probably trade, I would say. Knight takes. Okay, let's play some random logical moves like queen d7, queen f7, then we'll probably start considering knight h5 unless he will play g3. It also makes sense to bring this rook to e8 or d8, but some queen b3 we'll have to face by playing rook b8 normally. Okay, so let's show some ambitions. Let's go knight h5. didn't want to play queen f7 because now we pretend that we can also play rook takes f3. I don't know if it's true or not, but like as white, you are probably a bit worried about it. Yeah, so now we go knight f4. I don't think it changes much in terms of the like objective evaluation, but it's definitely a bit uncomfortable for white. Like optically, it feels like black starts coming all over the world. The world? Wanted to say the board. Anyway, okay, rook f6, bring another rook to f8, go rook g6. Yeah, he plays h4 himself, which makes sense. Okay, let's bring the rook anyway. Like to complete this setup, you normally need to play g3, but it always runs into knight h3 check. So it's not that easy for white to get what he wants. Like the ideal setup would be knight g4, g3, king g2. Then it's very safe, and you never run into any kind of trouble with the king side, or at least I think so. But yeah, he plays knight g4, rook g6. Now h5 is probably a threat, so he wants to play g3, I believe. And then we'll have to figure out what's wrong with it, but there should be something wrong. First of all, there is no even threat. So we can just play something like queen f7 or h5 maybe. Yeah, maybe h5 is what's wrong. So g3, h5, g takes, e takes f4 simply. Black is crushing. Okay, so he played rook d2 instead. Looks very bad for white. Some knight d4 is also in there. Can also just play queen e7 attacking h4, g3, h5, knight h2, queen takes h4, king h1, queen h3. Looks convincing to me. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, so now we are attacking the h4 pawn. So I think g3 is. I mean, it's not a must, but if you don't play it, you're sort of busted. So you have to do this. Now knight h2 is also kind of forced. Yeah, so we take king h1, and then we will think like we can also play something slow, like queen not h3. He plays d4, which allows rook takes g3. Yeah, it should be crushing, I would say. I'm a bit too lazy to calculate, but it looks way too good not to play it. Okay, whatever. So if he goes to f1, then we have like a billion of checks. Yeah, he just resigns. Okay, fair enough. And he offers a rematch. Okay, he's 2900. Deserves some respect, yeah? So let's play the guy a bit more. e6. Okay, let's say bishop g5. And takes. And e4. And d5. Okay. This is my favorite Banter Blitz opening. I think the engine says black is like almost better here, or like slightly better. But to me, it feels like very natural play for white. Just takes, go queen e2, like castle long, try to checkmate. A very natural thing. He castles, yeah. So do we start some kind of action immediately? We can also play it in a quiet way, just to, you know, just to show the people we can also play positional chess. But I already start feeling like this whole plan will fail, and I will regret not playing aggressively. c3. Why would I play c3? It's probably a useful move. Maybe that's why. Okay. Knight b3 looked a bit more ambitious, maybe, but then some, you know, some d4 is in there. Also d4, e5. White is probably crushing. Okay. He plays bishop d7. Let's play knight b3 anyway. Now I have some bishop b1 followed by queen d3 in mind. Bishop b1 looks like a good idea, or bishop c2 looks like a nice idea in general. So we are setting the battery. We are also attacking d5. And he sort of doesn't know what we're up to. He just takes. Fair enough. So takes, and now f5. Okay. So what he played is a very, very ambitious approach. And it cannot be sort of just okay. It's either he's on time and black is just better, or he's not in time and then it's problematic for black, or it's equal. Okay, let's go rook e1. He will probably play bishop c8 unless it's a blunder, but I don't see why would it be a blunder. So bishop c8, we take on d8 and go a4 maybe. Like, it's very much about e6, e5 happening or not, basically. If black gets e5 without blundering something, then he will be just better. Yeah, that's why he plays king h8, yeah? So he wants to play e5. But we need to come up with some tricks, like a4 maybe. So the point is e5, a5. And it looks good. Also, in some of the lines, we'll probably go, like, I don't know, knight g5 or something. Some bishop a2 will be a useful idea. Okay, he just plays a5. Can I play knight c5? Knight c5 runs into like knight e7 or knight b8. We have some knight e5 there. It's hard to tell. It's quite a mess, actually. Yeah, also, if it's black to move and he plays e5 and then we go knight h4, he has king h7, right? No, he doesn't. Maybe he has... Yeah, it's not that simple. Alright, let's try knight c5. Like, normally when I don't know what to do, I play some random aggressive move. Yeah, knight e7. Okay, so if we go knight e5, the plan is bishop takes c5, knight takes d7, bishop takes f2. That's why we have to play b4, I thought. But what's wrong with b4? I do not yet see. I probably missed something, but I don't see it yet. Like, we don't care about this bishop takes e4 or something. We just need to play knight e5 and then we're good, basically. Like, once we play knight e5 and stabilize it, even if it will sort of take us sacrificing the pawn, it will be fine. He plays knight g6, preventing this knight e5. I suggest we go bishop a2, protecting the queen. So now knight takes d7 is a threat, so he has to take, and he does. Now we'll probably go b takes. And then again we have this fight, like we probably want to play like h4, h5, knight e5, or maybe rook d6. So black has to be very fast. Like e5, rook d6, e4 maybe, or something, but it doesn't work though. Yeah, maybe we are kind of outplaying him. Maybe bishop c6 works. But in terms of concrete moves, to be honest, I do not see like a really good way for black. But my intuition is saying black is like almost fine, maybe. But maybe not, actually. Maybe we just played a very nice game and sort of outplayed him. Yeah, he plays bishop c8, but it looks a bit too slow. Like, we can play h4. He wants to take on d1 and go knight e5, takes, rook d6, or queen d4 even. We can also take on d8 first and then go h4. Yeah, let's probably do this, yeah. So we give up the d file, which is obviously not something to be proud of, but on the other hand, we sort of claim it's way more important to get 95. Yeah, he plays queen d5. So after h5, what's the plan? So he simply wants to take on c5, yeah, which I missed completely. Okay, is there some tactics there? Like rook takes c6? Would be brilliant, actually. But it probably doesn't work. Yeah. So what should I do? Maybe I just go c6 first. Like if I lose this pawn anyway, I want to make sure I lose it on the right square, sort of. Now maybe queen e2, and then we get our like. This move I actually missed. Okay. Yeah, I obviously blundered a few things, but it's probably still a game of chess, sort of. Yeah, now he'll probably take on h4, and it's some mess again. No, he doesn't. Okay, I don't know, g3. Okay, g takes maybe. So who is mating whom? He has his queen h5, we have rook d8. Okay, he goes there. Bishop h6, okay, let's play something. Yeah, queen g3, so queen takes d1 is probably a draw. Okay, check. Go back, so can we play it? We can also play knight f7 and repeat it this way. Yeah. So queen h should be a bit too much, yeah? That's how I feel, at least. Yeah, okay, seems to be a draw. Okay, sharp game. He wants one more. No, I guess we'll switch to playing sort of different people. Also, this guy is disconnected, so this one will probably board. And yeah, accept the random one again. Knight f3, c6. Okay, fine. Let's try this modern line in Caro-Kann. So what's the point here? Like you're supposed to be slightly better. But why exactly? I mean, I understand we have a better like pawn structure and stuff, but still. Okay, let's start by playing a4. a4 is normally a useful move anyway. So let's try to figure out. Yeah, he plays bishop g7. I mean, I wanted to figure out if this bishop is going to g7 or to h6. Yeah, then we probably go like some knight to d2. Don't know which one. Like it's either you go knight bd2, knight e1, or you play knight fd2, knight c4. I mean, I'm sort of team knight fd2, but it's probably not right. Maybe what I'm doing is quite stupid. Some f5 will come one day, and that will just be sort of destroyed. So this whole line is very concrete in general. Like white is definitely better in terms of like static factors. So black has to be fast normally to trade some pieces or to create some counterplay with f5 or whatever it is, I don't know. But yeah. Like if we get, let's say, c3, f3, king e2, bishop e3, knight d2, and so on, it's very unpleasant for black. Yeah, so he plays f5. Sort of saying he feels the same way. Okay, knight d2 looks normal. We develop a piece, shouldn't be too bad. He just takes. I thought knight f6 will happen. Okay, let's take back. Knight f6. So now we can just take and play bishop h6. We can also play rook e1. I quite like rook e1. But then he has this bishop g4 check, followed by castling long, which is annoying. Okay, let's just take then. Yeah, takes. Now bishop h6 runs into bishop takes b2, so we have to keep that in mind as well. Like, we'll have to play c3 one day, it seems. So let's start with that. And maybe king e2. And there is no increment in this game. Wow, I just realized. Okay. Then I'll have to play faster. Okay, bishop e3 is a normal move, probably. Okay, f3. I guess g4. Followed by g5. Shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, now we start trading stuff. Then we get some bishop j8 in the end and we win, but... Okay, let's say takes. Rook d1. Yeah, this is basically what I was talking about. We get bishop j8 in the end, and I don't know if we win, but it's definitely quite unpleasant for black. Okay, go there. Yeah, and then we take... Okay, yeah, but this is quite bad. No, bishop c4 or... Maybe bishop b3 is the cleanest way to get bishop c2. Yeah. Then we take and go bishop d4. And our pawn promotes and our king stops the f pawns. We go h7 and win. Yeah, I was lucky to realize there is no increment when I was like I don't know, 115 or something. It could very easily happen much later. Okay. No, but it's the same guy. Okay. Like, it was probably random, but it's not exactly fair. Okay. And this guy disconnected, so we don't play him as well. Okay, finally we get someone else than this Indian guy and disconnected people. So Mr. Retreti from Spain. Let's play a game. I go one knight f3. You have all the time in the world to think of your first move, and then we play game. Come on. He doesn't seem to be too interested, I must say. Okay, I'll wait for a minute maybe and then stop the game. Okay, I'm not sort of patient enough. It was probably way less than a minute, but I cannot stand it anymore. Okay, let's play Mr. Dangerous Ride. This game never disappoints. 1e4. Okay, let's try c5 this time. And g6. Aiming for some Marozzi and obviously failing. Okay. But then we get this accelerated dragon at very least. So the point is that with a pawn on d7, you sometimes get to play d7, d5. You don't need to spend a tempo on playing d7, d6. So it's not too bad. Okay, so we can It's a bit too good to be true. Okay, let's take on e3, takes. It's very strange by Mr. Dangerous, right? Don't know, queen a5. Have too many good moves, I'm afraid. Okay, let's try queen a5. Like, my first reaction was to play knight e5 to sort of bring the knight to this brilliant square. But now I start to think that basically it's probably even better to attack d4 somehow. So we can play rook d8, knight takes c6, rook d2, knight a5, bishop c3, rook d2, bishop d2, knight c4. He's sort of in time to kind of survive the first wave. We can also take on d4 and play rook d8 simply. Yeah, that's what I like actually. I think in terms of ideas it's very bad for white unless he gets to play c2, c3. So maybe he plays like knight a2, but knight a2, queen b6, he will never make it, yeah. And d5, I guess we go bishop f5, it should be just very bad. Rook c8 is coming, black has like all the active pieces. g4, wow. Is it for real even? Okay, I can play rook c8, g takes, bishop takes c3, but it doesn't work maybe. You can also just take on c3, play bishop e4 there, but it's a bit boring. I'll probably end up doing that. Yeah, rook c8, g takes, rook takes c3, like we do show off, but it doesn't make a lot of sense. On the other hand, why would we care that it doesn't make a lot of sense? Yeah, okay, let's let the guy play. Bishop takes c3, followed by like trading and bishop e4, or even rook takes d5 was also very strong. But I mean, not also was very strong, simply. I went for some sharp line instead, which I would expect to be like less bad for white, but don't know. We also had moves instead of rook takes c3, like queen b4 or queen b6, but it didn't seem to work. Like queen b4, we just run into a3. There is not much to do there. Queen b6, there is knight a4. So that's why I play rook takes c3. Now I'm pretty sure taking is bad, so he takes on g6. Don't know if we need to think or we simply take back quickly. Okay, let's just take back. Like I had moves like queen b6 that could be kind of interesting potentially, but most probably they don't work, so let's just play it simple. There was also rook d to c8 or something. But in general, normally you cannot ignore such pawns. So now rook takes c2 is a threat, the way I see it. So he probably... No, he simply ignores it. So rook c2, what's the point? Maybe there is no point. Yeah, queen c2 takes. We probably include queen e4 check to be a bit precise. Also, why? I mean, I could just... Okay, it's good enough. So king d2 or king c1, we go bishop h6. Then if he goes to the e file, there is queen e4, queen takes h1. And b3 runs into queen e4 check as well. Bishop d3, queen g2. Yeah, he goes there. It still works, no? Yeah, queen e4. Yeah, thanks for the game. Okay, this was quite a nice game actually. Alright, 1 c4 this time. Knight f6, okay. King's Indian, wow. Yeah, let's play this 4 pawns. Started lagging a little, it seems, or maybe not. Don't know. Yeah, c5, d5, they normally play e6 here, I believe. Then we'll just take on e6 and... I mean, not that it's something brilliant, but I have some experience in this line, yes. So now, like, both moves are okay. He plays f takes. I guess you can play different ways. I guess even g3 is normal. Like, again, when we don't know what to do, we probably make sure we get the bishop to g2. And then play it somehow. Yeah. So bishop b7 is kind of inviting e5 or knight g5 followed by e5. But it's probably a bit early though. On the other hand, he wants to play queen d4, knight d4 one day. Okay, let's just wait a little. Let's play king h1, maybe preparing bishop e3, knight g4, bishop g1 or something. Like e5 was a very natural move, but yeah, I mean, I feel like we are way below in the development, so it should not be too good. So let's develop the pieces first. Okay, a6. I don't think we're too worried about this b5 happening. Don't know why exactly though. But still not too worried for some reason. Okay, let's play, I don't know, queen e2 or d2, maybe e2. It will be quite stupid to start thinking after he plays b5, but yeah, I mean, if he plays it, we'll look at our options. Okay, bishop g1. As this was the point of this king h1 to create the square for the bishop. Okay, rook a to d1. Looks quite... I mean, not too bad for black, but it's kind of obvious that it was white who played better within the last few moves. Rook d7, some knight a4 is there. And why don't we go knight a4? I mean, it feels a bit strange to play knight a4. Feels like we have some ideas in the center and we start looking in the wrong direction, but maybe it's just good, no? It's hard to tell. Okay, let's try knight a4, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it, but I also don't see what's really wrong with it either. Like b5 seems to be the move, but does it really work? We just take twice. Okay, he plays queen d8. This allows knight g5, I thought. And we're attacking both knight on g4 and the pawn on e6. So it's probably game over unless I'm blundering something, but I don't think I am. Looks very bad. Yeah, that's why I thought b5 is kind of a must. Or maybe not b5, but some moves that basically sacrifices this b pawn. It's probably a bit too late to go b5 now. We just take on e6, take on f8, take on b5, take on g4. Yeah, okay. White is a bit... Yeah, it's a bit too winning, to be honest. Okay. So there are actually few games left, like maybe 4 or maybe 3 even. Okay, knight f6. Let's just take everything. It's so nice when you capture something every single move. And then maybe e5. And then we start this game again. Rook takes d8, f takes e5. Okay, he plays knight d7. We can finish it in style probably, like rook takes d6, knight b6, bishop takes c5. Not that like we really needed to do it, but why not? Knight d7, even bishop h3 is very, very strong. Rook takes d7 is not too bad either. Okay, he plays knight d4. Okay, let's take the rook first. Yeah, now we can take a queen, maybe. Okay, now we take on b7 and come back to win the knight as well. Yes. So at the end we will have like two rooks and a billion of pawns for one minor piece. I think it's quite a good balance. Yeah, that's why he resigns. Thanks for the game. All right. Play one more. So Mr. Lunatic Soul, we played against the guy with a nickname, I think Halal Soul. Now Lunatic Soul. I don't know which one I like better. I mean, which of these two? Yeah, I skipped the opening somehow, but it looks kind of okay. Don't know, d5 maybe? He's basically playing some weird kind of, like, once he plays c4, it becomes some weird kind of Catalan, where white is like 2 tempies down, but I still feel like slightly better for him. Yeah, don't know. We'll just play moves like knight c6. Can probably still play knight c6. Bishop f4, okay. Yeah, I guess we played simple somehow, like rook e8 followed by e5, maybe, or queen e7. Yeah, let's play queen e7. Knight e5, I guess we just ignore it, like rook d8. Takes, we don't care. Yeah, he plays e3. Maybe just h6. g5 is becoming sort of an issue, no? No, he plays knight e2, okay. So we can actually play like knight c6 to, I don't know, e5 or somewhere, and then g5 is a threat, but he has this bishop d3 move. We can also just play bishop d6, and black is quite comfortably better there, but it's probably not ambitious enough. Or maybe it is, I don't know. Yeah, okay, I have to play something. Let's go bishop d6. Yeah, we take somehow, and then we play this e5 plan. I will even remove e5. I don't think it can be dramatically bad in any case. Then we go like e5, h5, and we start pretending we have some initiative. But it will only be pretending for like 2 moves, then it will become a real attack maybe. Or maybe not. Anyway. Trying to play an instructive game. Speaking of instructive game, it probably makes sense to play a5 at some point to stop this queenside expansion. Yeah, he plays a4. Okay, the way I see it, this is where it makes a lot of sense to play a5. Yeah, and then we switch for this e5, h5 plans. Queen d2. Yeah, he's also inviting many tempting options. But yeah, let's just keep it simple. Let's just go h5. Do not really want to think, to be honest. Yeah, it's just h4. Then if we are allowed, we'll go h3. And then you sort of switch to the queen side and win somehow. Plays h3. Okay, then he ruins the structure, and we should use it somehow, like, I don't know, knight h7, followed by queen h4 and knight g5. Maybe what I'm doing is a bit over optimistic, like maybe I should play it slow, like bishop e6, queen d7, or even e4. Simply, like, I'm trying to win quickly, queen h4, knight g5, rook h6, boom boom, checkmate, and so on. But now maybe he goes f4, maybe it's not that simple. But it looks very bad, like f4, rook g6. He plays e4, I guess we still go queen h4. I mean, we allow e takes d5, but I don't think it is important anymore. I mean, I think it's not important anymore, so knight g5. Bishop takes h3, rook h6. Should be quite good, no? Alright, so actually this rook e1 move is quite a good attempt. So after bishop takes h3, he wants to play rook takes e5, and then this knight on g5 is hanging, so we have to do something else. I must say I don't see that something yet. Okay, interesting. So can we play rook takes d5, and then just cd, queen d5, knight h3? I mean, we have prosaic ways, of course, but it's a bit sad to play like knight takes h3, bishop takes, rook takes d5, and so on. It's probably good, but I mean... No, okay, let's try this random line. Rook d5, cd5. I don't know if it's like exactly good, but maybe it makes sense. So bishop d5, cd5, and we are threatening knight f3 check, so queen takes d5 is forced. And then we have moves, like we have rook b8, we also have knight takes h3, followed by bishop a6 check and rook d8 there. He'll probably take on e5 and go rook d2. But I like rook b8 as well. It's a very unpleasant move to be facing in the time trouble. Yeah, king h7, but we're still threatening something. Yeah, queen d3 check I actually missed. It's probably still not a big deal. Yeah, now it's time to take. Then we'll probably play knight f4. But it's actually becoming a mess, yeah. I must say, like, even if we win this did not go according to plan. Yeah, I can probably play queen f6 and then take on f2. Okay, let's try knight f4 maybe. He goes to d6. Now some cool move. No. Rook b7 is not a cool move though. But at least it's some move, yeah. I actually blundered everything, it seems. No, I'm just busted. Yeah, now it's a new round coming, like he will have to run with the king, we'll have some stupid checks. Yes. Exactly. Come on, go ahead, king d3, you're probably winning. Yeah. And king takes b4 and we have exactly nothing, yeah? It is a bit surprising. Yeah, takes. Yeah, that's a mistake. I'm sorry. But we have an increment, yeah? I mean, you should have... Yeah, okay. Yeah, the guy probably got overexcited a little. Anyway, I don't think you can blame me for not giving chances. Okay, this guy is not there, so let me play someone else. This guy I have already played, so I'll skip this one. Okay, let's try one more. Okay. Yeah, this guy is the one who was disconnected, yeah. Okay, let me choose the challenge then. Like, I'll play one or two more games. But now it's, yeah, it does scroll, okay. But not always. Don't know, like, if there is some real star, I would definitely accept this challenge. Gustafsson Gambit, okay, whatever. Okay, let's play this guy. There is like a small potential for him to be Magnus, yeah? Magnus like this doctor whatever nicknames. So yeah. Let's check it out. Okay. C3, okay, fine. I think D5 is the move. Yeah, and then what do they... It's like bishop b4, knight c3, bishop g4. Bishop e2, takes on f3, queen c4. Bishop b4, knight c3. I think it was a theory. Yeah, judging by his speed, it is a theory, yeah. So what do we play here? Queen takes or not, basically, or b takes? B takes is quite safe, but probably slightly worse. Queen takes. I don't know what's wrong with queen takes. I mean, he will just castle. We go knight e7, make sure our king makes it to the corner, and then we'll play the game. Yeah, d5. So where does the queen belong? Like queen a4 check is still there, so probably go to d7. He probably wants queen d4, and then like a normal move would be to take on c3, but we can also try bishop d6, queen g7, like rook g8, queen h7, long castle. Yeah, why not? I mean, it's probably bad, but it's sort of not bad enough to make us do something else. Bishop takes c7. Okay, this guy is not Magnus, I'll tell you. I'll tell you the truth. It doesn't mean I'll necessarily win it, but Magnus is a bit better, I would say. Okay, rook f2 e8 maybe makes sense. Like in general, this pawn on d5 is quite weak. So yeah, white will sort of bring everybody to defend it, and we should normally use it to create some second weakness, as they call it. Like you normally improve a little, then something starts happening at the king side or somewhere else. Rook e5, does it make sense? So he wants to play knight e4. We can even take on c3 and play rook e2. We can also play like queen e7 maybe. Yeah, queen e7 looks reasonable. So I'm just preventing knight e4. King goes to a4, which allows some queen a3. Also allows queen b4. Yeah, it starts to look really bad for white, I would say. Okay, let's try queen b4. So first of all, we're threatening rook e1 check, and secondly, we're threatening b5, which would trap the knight, I believe, yeah? So it looks quite unpleasant. I mean, to say the least. To me, it just feels like white is almost lost. I mean, he probably has to play queen d2, but then, like, even if we trade, it's very, very suspicious. Like, we just take, go rook e1, play, I don't know, e5, bishop e5, then h4, or maybe even h4 first. Yeah, let's just go for it. Takes. So some b5 is not yet winning for some reason. So we give a check to make sure there is no king f1. Now we probably play like h4. Or maybe bishop e5, check first still. Yeah, I guess bishop e5 we have to include, then h4. Rook c1 was also interesting, restricting the knight. Then like white has to play knight b2 at some point, which is probably also quite bad. Yeah, he plays knight c5. I thought we will create some threads there. Knight d3 is a threat. Yeah, I thought like h takes and then rook e3. But yeah, rook g2 seems to hold. Yeah, I mean, it looked very ugly to me from far away. I mean, I still think it's ugly, but maybe it just works. Okay, anyway, let's just do this. Yeah, rook e3, rook g2 we include anyway. Then we will think. We still have ideas like f5. It's not that white is completely fine. But yeah, maybe it's not like dead lost. What is he thinking about? Then wow, he takes, but rook g3, no? No, this is quite bad. No, he had to play rook g2, of course, and then the point is that basically we cannot stop knight takes b7 or knight takes a6, which makes it, I mean, a bit more complicated than expected. Yeah, he offers a draw, but yeah, with an extra rook, I'll probably wait for him to resign. Okay. Okay, let's play one last game. Let's play some Russian guy. This guy, for instance. We have 2 minutes left, so let's, yeah, okay. The game started, so we play this one and then we call it a day. Is my suggestion. Bishop d3. Okay, what do we play here? Like takes. e6. Yeah, it's funny how chess is changing. Yeah, I mean it was considered to be like a positional mistake. This bishop d3 thing was played by Nimzovich against Capablanca, and like in all the old books, you will find this like smart words that like it's very useful for, it's very good for black to trade these bishops and blah blah blah, positional advantage and so on. Okay, seems to be not exactly. I mean, it is true in some way, but it's not exactly all you need to know, let's say. Played a takes for some reason, felt reasonable to me, but no. Knight takes b6 was also normal, but a takes feels very natural. I mean, once again, these old books normally say if you can double the pawns as a way that they sort of get closer to the center, you should normally do it. Yeah. So here I go a7 takes b6 because it gets closer to the center. So now, like, we probably include h5 and then we start trying f6. We can also just play knight b6, knight a4 first. Okay, h5 should not hurt anyway, I would say. Plays h3, so he does not even understand that, like, the idea was not exactly to prevent g4. Maybe we just go h4. Then he will start, yeah, trying king h2, rook e1, g4. We can also play f6. Yeah, quite like f6. Yeah, let's try f6 maybe. So after e takes, we go g takes. And then we are dreaming of sort of blocking his pawns, and then one day we go e5 and sort of create a positional masterpiece or something. g4 I thought is running into some sort of rook g8. Don't know if we play it immediately or we go h takes. Let's play h takes. We have a funny move king f7, but it doesn't make sense. Like g takes, rook g8, knight g5 is there. So yeah, rook g8. Don't know what's the point. Like knight h2, but I would not be exactly happy here as white, to be honest. Yeah, so now we can play different ways actually. We can just take on s3 and play f5. Then we sort of give up on that masterpiece idea, but the position is quite nice. Yeah, like there is no way to to keep this g4 pawn alive, I guess. There is also no way to trade it really. Yeah, this allows knight f6. This is also quite typical. Normally, if you go f takes g4, then this is like a passed pawn, but it will be blocked by a king normally. And then you also have an extra pawn island, yeah? So like, I would prefer to play knight takes g4 and rook takes g4 to keep this like line of pawns sort of healthy. I mean, I don't want to break the line. Knight f3. I can also show off a little and go bishop d6 here. I don't know if we need it. Okay, let's play bishop d6. My battery starts running low again, by the way. It says, what does it say? I don't know. Like, I have a chance to finish this game probably. But it's not 100% chance. So basically, if I'm off, guys, I'm not coming back. That's my point. Yeah, I can also bring the king to g6 if I want to, but like there is no reason not to take on g5. Okay, now I'm panicking because I know that my battery is running low. So I'll just play it super simple. Which probably was not the best decision, by the way. Yeah, knight f3 is coming. Maybe I had to think a little. Okay, let's try to come up with a different brilliant plan. Let's just trade. And then try to bring the king to a4 and sort of collect everything. Yeah, so he's He's allowing this position, and now I don't know, like if we need a check or not. Maybe not. Maybe just run. Yeah, rook e8, and then we run to e4. Yeah. He's probably in time to stop it somehow, but I wouldn't be sure. Yeah, so he plays this annoying move. How to make progress? Like technically we can play b4 and then yeah, then something will happen, I don't know. AB, king b5, rook b7, king a4. I mean, we could be just lost there as well, but it looks super funny. Okay, let's try this. Also, after AB, rook a8 is also sort of an option. But I mean, I like this king b5 so much that I will probably just play it. Yeah, here I'll probably play it as well. It's going to be a race, like he will have a billion of passed pawns as well. But yeah, I like the way we approached it. Okay, so is it smart to play rook a8 now? To stop some a4? Maybe not. Maybe we should just take. Yeah, the battery is really running low. It's not a joke anymore. So yeah, I guess we go c3, and then we're in time with rook b8 and c2, no? No, I missed b7. Come on, such an idiot. He missed it as well. He's probably still winning, or maybe not. Hard to tell. Yeah, king e6 is definitely a mistake. Yeah, but you don't need 5 pawns. You need to promote 1, yeah? That's the thing. Yeah, queen f4 check. Yeah, okay, now I only need my battery to survive. Yeah, it did survive. Okay, thanks for watching, and see you soon, guys, at chess24 again. And yeah, it's time to call it a day and watch some professional chess.
So this is the broadcast tool here, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see in all its glory. You can see the notation. You can also see the engine evaluation next to each move, and also how long they spend.
What I like is you can make your own moves on the board. You can check the alternatives to what the players did. And even for the moves you make, you get the computer evaluation here.
Fantastic.
I think you get it quicker and better as a premium member, such as yours truly. What I also like, there is a chat function. You can exchange things with people from all over the world. If you want to see something else, let's say you're watching a tournament and you want to see all the games.